Watching the news on TV is a great way to be informed of the day's headlines. Video lets you use a variety of media to convey and authenticate a story. But broadcast journalism, whether it be on a TV set, IPTV, or an embedded video on a web page, is a one-way closed format, and information and data are stuck inside video. What if you wanted a closer look at those figures the reporter is referring to? Or you wanted to copy and paste that quote and email it to a friend? What if you could interact with video like you would any web page? What if the web browser was the video? Cue OpenNewsPlayer. OpenNewsPlayer is a web app for news organisations to distribute their news video content. Its mission is to liberate content from video reports, giving users a highly accessible and customisable means of consuming the news. By levering the developments in web video and combining this with the broadcast news format, we can provide a familiar experience with the room and content for users to delve further into a story. OpenNewsPlayer has three distinctive features which form the experience. Firstly, it's accessible content, making use of the browser to render information such as images, charts and text separately from the video. The browser will receive a package of two streams, the first being the audio and video and the second being semantic HTML, which will be synced and positioned by the browser. This means a reporter's Twitter handle is clickable and diagrams can be manipulated to a timeline to reinforce the points being made in a story. It also means users who are visually impaired can choose an alternative styling to give content more contrast. The second is its queuing system. When the user loads up the player, they will start by watching the latest headlines. As they do this, they can add the current story to their queue, and after watching all the headlines, they'll then begin watching their newly created queue. This method is a great way to tailor your news intake. The third is OpenNewsPlayer's investigation mode. This gives users the ability to pause playback and explore presented content in a story further. This environment would behave much like a traditional web page, letting users interact with extra layers of information. Content's investigation mode could simply be metadata, such as a quote source with links to the original interview, or maybe an extension to the editorial content already introduced to the user. OpenNewsPlayer offers a unique, non-linear experience in video journalism. Embracing the developments in browser technology will allow accessibility for all users, as well as helping them to take a closer look at the stories that are relevant to them. OpenNewsPlayer, bringing the 10 o'clock news to the browser.